Yeah, oh man, that previous game was just such a slog. It took out all my energy. Oh my gosh! HRE? What?
Yes. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Game 4 of the Shaw Showdown Finals. In the north side of the map, or rather on the east side of the map, in the color purple, we have Dragevann playing as the Holy Roman Empire. The first time we're seeing this civilization in this tournament. Whereas on the west side of the map, in the color yellow, is Valdemar playing what looks like the Delhi Sultanate, but is actually the Persian modded civilization. That's right, in this tournament, every single game will feature at least one player playing the Persian modded civilization. This is a civilization created by Hossein81, a very, very prominent modder in the AoE4 community, and I actually helped him design this iteration of the Persians. He actually tried doing a version of the Persians previously, which you saw in the Future Kingdoms tournament. And this is the first time we're doing this new updated Persians for in a tournament setting. And we invited some of the best players in the world to try this civilization out and see what will come out of it. And Valdemar and Dragevann have been at the top of their game so far. I want to introduce my co-caster, Colshin123. Calvin, how are you feeling right now?
Yeah. So the Persians are very similar to the Chinese with their supervision stuff, buff that they get from the Divan of Commerce and Divan of Wars. And one thing I remember Ozzy Drongo talking about a lot is how because he mains China, he knows the matchups a lot, and he particularly loathes the HRE matchup. So I wonder how the Persians are going to do into the HRE.
Yeah, why is that? Why does China dislike the HRE matchup?
Something about timings, because China likes booming and like producing villagers a lot. The HRE just like fast castles and gets all the relics on the map, and then their late game is just so strong.
Yeah, it does seem like the Divan of Commerce is very strong. It's able to buff up the drop-offs of these structures by 20%. But if HRE goes for those relics in the Castle Age, that might be enough to offset the difference between the two of them. Once again, we're seeing the Gundish Ripper coming up on the side of Valdemar. This is a landmark that functions as a Divan of War. So while Divan of Commerce buffs up economic drop-off structures, Divans of War buff up military production structures. Last game, we saw the Gundish Ripper being used to great effect to buff up the production of mangonels at a crucial moment in the game. Perhaps we'll see something similar this time around.
Wait, hold on. Take a look at this villager at the... Oh, never mind. Okay. There's a villager on Valdemar's side that was just staring at this tree trunk, wondering and pondering its purpose in life.
He might be pondering why Dragevann is going into the Mindwerk Palace.
Yeah, I'm a little...
This is very surprising.
What's up with that?
So, HRE normally goes for the Aachen an extremely powerful AoE economic buff for the Holy Roman Empire. Going for the Mindwerk Palace could signal for some very early aggression. Do you think that's what he's doing?
Not sure. I have a feeling that this... well, because the knight technology is in the Mindwerk, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, even people like... But, I don't know what it is with pro players. I think the one, there's like the one that buffs the spears and horsemen, and there's also the one that buffs the knights. So they gain like 2 armor, both melee and ranged.
Yeah, that's right. I see.
Yeah, so it could just mean that he wants to go knights this game.
Interesting. Yeah, it could be that knights are the key thing that will make the difference here. We see a stables coming up as well as professional scouts once again from Valdemar. Go ahead.
You know what it is? It's oh, never mind. I was gonna say it's because the pro players like doing professional scouts and pumping out horsemen early on, but he is Dragevann is going for the fast castle. You see him moving out to this mill over here.
Yeah, he's going onto the deer in the front here. He's got a second prelate going up already, using his scout to micro the deer rather than just trying to pro scouts it. A different kind of professional scouts coming out.
What the? Okay, so the Mindwerk Palace got reworked a little bit. Instead of having the... Oh my god, it's the armored studs, right? They have the owl spikes now, or owl pikes now.
Increase the damage of spearmen and horsemen by +2.
That's different from how it was before, right?
Yes, yes, it is. I think they had like what was it? Was it the? It was like an armor thing before, right?
Yeah. It was 2 melee armor.
Yep.
Honestly, kind of a useless technology. So I'm very glad they changed this. Wait, Dragevann is doing some insane micro. Do you see this? Wow. Okay, so he gathers just enough food from the deer carcasses so that when he goes for the drop off, he actually has the villagers build the mill, so that way they can not waste any motions. Because building the mill by itself is just a waste of time when you can finish building it and do the drop off at the same time. Insane micro.
That feels like too much effort, but like, I mean, he's the pro. I don't know what I'm doing, but like, a barracks coming out, a stable coming out, a horseman already coming out onto the map. It looks like Dragevann may yet still look for early game aggression, going horseman and spearman along with the all pikes being researched all at the same time. He might try to go horseman and spearman and try to stop the professional scouts. He does spot it on Valdemar's side.
Let's see, what unit said Valdemar built? Oh, setting out spears first. I think he scouted out the stables and recognized that he needed to counter that.
Yep, sending out some spears, maybe here to protect the scouts as they collect their deer. I also want to give a shout out to the Ko-Fi. All donations to the Chile Empire Ko-Fi will go to the prize pool of this game.
Oh, I will say though, HRE has opted for... Oh, never mind. Wait, I'm so confused. This is unorthodox HRE playstyle. Barracks, stables, and then an archery range.
Once again, going for the 1-1-1. That will be the first horseman going down. These spearmen, these Persian spearmen are hungry. Persian spearmen are just regular spearmen, so nothing too unique to call out. But one thing I do want to call out is the dynasty system for the Persians. Instead of upgrading units individually, they upgrade them all at the same time by changing dynasty. So we will see the ill-conted dynasty coming in when Valdemar eventually goes into the Castle Age.
Valdemar did a little bit crazy micro right there. He microed his scouts to drop off the deer closer on the opposite side of the mill, away from the town center, so that way the mill, what's it called? A supervision buff would be applied, because he noticed some of the deer carcasses got dropped too close to the town center. Wow. How are these players able to recognize that?
It is interesting that this is a very similar strategy to what Valdemar's been doing in the past few games. I would be curious if like we see some trade getting added this time around. We saw in the previous game that gold was the key difference in the game towards the end for this civilization. The Persians are so gold hungry. So they're going to have to go for trade or relics or something to basically make it into the late game as the Persians. And it looks like there's going to be an engagement in the center here. Archers, horsemen, and spearmen able to push back against just the horsemen and spearmen of Valdemar. Not going to be very much for him to do as he pulls back. Doesn't want to take that engagement.
These are some crazy teched-up HRE units. They're also faster by default.
That's true. HRE infantry are faster than normal.
And then he's also gotten the melee armor upgrade. Usually we see players forgo this technology for the entire game, but because of the Maimur Palace's buff to the, or what's it called? Yeah, cheaper upgrades, he just... Wait, it was cheaper, right? Yeah, cheaper upgrades, he just goes for it. Wow.
It's also worth calling out that Valdemar has nothing but melee units right now, pulling out some Daylamites onto the field. This might be exactly what he needs. It actually Daylamites counter every single thing on Dragavann's side. And the Daylamites...
Could this be a blunder from Dragevann?
Daylamites are coming into the battle now. Trying to take a fight into the
still wins. I think Dragevann still wins. His units are teched up. Wait, actually no. Daylamites are cooking. Wait, what the...
Daylamites are very powerful. They're unique men-at-arms that have bonus damage against light infantry specifically, able to hold their own in this fight even though they're extremely outnumbered. That being said, Valdemar just lost a ton of units. Dragevann is producing so many units into this age. Wow, how did Dragevann produce this many units? We're seeing 26 military to just 12 on the side of Valdemar. And it looks like... Oh, let me switch over to villager view instead of resource production view. Seems like both sides are going heavy into the feudal age. A second Divan of War coming up on the side of Valdemar, trying to buff up these other military structures. We haven't seen that yet. I'm a little bit surprised to see that, actually. Normally you go for another Divan of Commerce.
You'll fiddle with your mic a little bit more.
There's nothing I can fiddle, unfortunately. How's this?
Okay.
Is this okay?
Don't worry. I'll translate for them. Okay, Charles just talked about how amazing he developed the civilization and how much effort it has been to produce the Persians and how balanced they've actually become, considering that these past 3 games have been completely close, and I've been sitting on the edge of my seat.
Yeah, is my voice still messed up right now?
Oh, it's good now. Wow,
Okay.
and the wait. Oh my god, early game HRE. This is amazing. The Minework Palace allowing him to get all the early technologies. He's gotten all of the, he's gotten melee armor, melee damage, ranged damage and ranged armor, and his prelates are healing all of his dudes.
Yeah,
oh my god, and ready for
pre-battle
more.
prep speech as the battle engages, both sides going into each other. I'm not sure if Valdemar wants to take this fight. He's getting outnumbered in this current battle. He doesn't have enough units. That being said, Valdemar did go 2 Divans of War. He's trying to produce as many military units as quickly as possible, which did allow him to get back a lot of his military, what was a military disadvantage, pulling back closer towards his base so his reinforcements come in faster. Both sides taking this battle here. It doesn't seem like he's going into any more Daylamites at this point, though.
Yeah, I think he needs to look for an H3, and if you take a look at his macro, it does... Oh, never mind, I lied. He's going back onto wood. He's going to fight in the sage. If we take a look at the south, we see these 2 scouts kind of sitting here looking at these dead deer carcasses from Valdemar, and the reason they're sitting there and staring at it is because Dragevann has already pre-murdered these deer carcasses and has completely stalled them. Yeah, wow. Just... Dragevann is thinking 3 steps ahead, as always.
Yeah, I don't know what to do in this position if I was Valdemar, because normally, as the Persians, you would expect a early game advantage thanks to your military production speed and the fact that you have feudal Daylamites. But Dragevann basically preempted that with the Mindvert, getting all of these technologies, able to get a significant advantage, even though he doesn't have the access to the deer carcasses.
Oh my gosh! He's making early man-at-arms! He's trying to kill this guy in Age 2!
I'm surprised to see that. Wait, normally after you take a fight in Feudal and you win, as hard as Dragavann's winning, it's a good option to go to H3, right?
I think he recognized that. That's how he was thinking in the first game, and that's how he lost the game. And he's not going to make that same mistake. Instead, opting to just... Oh, wait, he's guarding the walls. Wow. Wow, okay.
Yep.
He's
guarding
completely
the
walled
walls.
himself in.
He's walling himself in. He doesn't want any raids coming in from the side of Valdemar. Valdemar
Oh
at the
my
same
gosh.
time...
You know what's happening?
What's up?
Valdemar is going for age 3, and then
Yes.
Dragevann is going for an H2 attack. Dragavann's about to decimate him. The age up is going up. Oh, but he okay, yeah. Oh, the timing is horrible.
Samarkand Bazaar going up. 8 villagers trying to...
The timing is horrible.
At the same time, Dragavann's coming in hot. This is extremely dangerous on the side of Valdemar. If this attack goes through, I think Valdemar might sense that he hasn't seen any military units. He might be sensing that there's an age up coming in. He's positioning his military. Valdemar's horsemen are at the top trying to raid. That could be enough of a distraction, or maybe Dragevann just doesn't care. His gold villagers are completely exposed in this position.
What is he doing? Oh, he's coming in from the south? Okay.
Dragevann not choosing to go into the town center, not spotting the Samarkand Bazaar, instead going to the south. Samarkand Bazaar.
That is the perfect call. If you stop the gold production, there's no point in going to H3. You gain nothing out of it.
That is true. He's trying to go into the gold. Samarkand Bazaar, just to call it out, gives 150% production speed to the town center. Extremely powerful. At this point, Valdemar sees the military. He's able to stop Dragavann's gold and try to do a little bit of raiding, but at the same time, a huge engagement. This is going to be enough to build the... Oh my god, the Bazaar is so close to being produced, but it's just not enough to finish it. And at this point, Dragavann's charging in.
Oh my god, he's getting raided.
He's committing to the battle.
Both players are getting raided at the same time.
A massive raid on the side of Valdemar, hitting all of those wood villagers at the same time. These archers are going to be able to defend this position. 15 villagers inside of the town center is going to be enough to knock Dragavann back. Even those men-at-arms are not going to be able to take that many archer
Both players are on complete panic stations right now. Wait, these handful of horsemen have completely stalled Dragavann's
economy completely stalled. That being said,
How are you
despite
supposed
that
to pull back?
huge attack, 3 villager kills to just 2. Neither side lost many villagers. These are pros after all. Their micro is just insane. Samarkand Bazaar functions as a divan of commerce, able to buff up the production speed of this town center. 8 seconds per villager being produced now. That being said, the Samarkand Bazaar is 10% more expensive than your normal H3 upgrade. So pretty hefty price that he had to pay to get in there. That being said, he has a mosque up now, able to start going for relics pretty soon. Valdemar seemed to have learned the lessons from the previous game.
Oh my gosh, Dragevann aging up with 20 villagers going the Regnitz Cathedral.
20 villagers. He's saying, I'm HRE at the end of the day, I still need to go for relics. I cannot let Valdemar take all the relics on the map.
Ooh, and he's positioning his prelates already early on. He's got 2 prelates, so he's gonna secure 2 relics guaranteed basically. For some reason, oh, never mind. Is Dragevann? Is he gonna be able to stop it? Dragovann's moving his army to guard it, but Valdemar's out here too. Yeah, I'm not really sure what units we're gonna be seeing in Age 3. It looks like that both sides are a complete mix of units.
Yep,
Which is what
Valdemar's
we'd like
looking
to
to
see.
stop this relic. He's gonna spot that Dragevann is picking it up right now. He's gonna chase into it.
Oh, is he
he
gonna-
does have Castle Age units. All of his units are Castle Age, whereas Dragevanns are still in the Feudal Age. This might be enough to make the difference. This prelate is going to be in a dangerous position. These veteran Dalemites might be enough to defend against all of these archers. They're tickling these Dalemites. That horseman needs to go target the prelate. Dragevann getting his army chased back into the back of his base. The first relic is going to go down, is going to go into the Regnitz Cathedral. At this point, Valdemar is just chasing into Dragavann's base, fighting underneath the town center. He's got armored units here, so it might be enough to make a difference here. Castle Age units, archers spotting these villagers on the side.
What is Dragevann supposed to do? He has to make men-in-arms.
Yeah, he's got to do something, because
But
right
these
now...
are Feudal Age men-in-arms. These are Feudal Age men-in-arms. The upgrade's now coming out. Oh no.
Those Dalemites are carving into those archers, not taking almost any damage.
Wooloo.
He needs to use the Wooloo. And the Wooloo's
Wow,
going to be
the
going
range of
down.
that.
Oh my god, this Dalemite just soaking up these archer shots. Wait, that is
They take 0
delicious.
damage.
Dragavann's entire economy is now stalled. This is an extremely powerful showing in the Castle Age by Valdemar here.
Wait,
That Castle Age
are we
is
gonna
exactly
get a
what we
game?
needed.
Game 4? Game 5?
We might be getting a game 5. This is crazy. So much military being produced on the side of Valdemar now. He's able to get 2 relics on the map now.
Oh my god, these northern villagers are just sitting here being gunned down over the wall, and they're about to be gunned down on both sides. Wait, okay, Dragevann has to throw in the towel now, right? There's
Dragavan,
just
I
no
think, might be
way.
out. There's a Savar inside of Dragavann's base at this point. Even with the upgraded man-at-arms, that Savar is going to make mincemeat
Wait,
out of
yeah,
him.
the Savar to counter the men-at-arms. Wait,
The
there's too
Savar
many
is
levels.
a unique cataphract-like unit, which does bonus damage to heavy units. You can see how he's cleaving into that man-at-arms. That being said,
He's got a mace. He's got a man-at-arms mace.
yeah, exactly. He's got a mace to counteract to counter the armored units there. Veteran Dalemites up against this man-at-arms. Dalemites do deal less damage than your normal man-at-arms, so maybe the man-at-arms is enough to counter the Dalemites. That being said, there's so many Dalemites just cleaving through these archers at this point. If I was Dragavann, I think this might be the time to throw in the towel. There's so many yellow units on his map.
Wow, I'm just so impressed. The pro players just don't care about siege in these early game fights. They don't care about ramps at all. They just run through.
Yeah, they just run through.
That's all I
I mean,
need.
they've got armored units. They're here to deal with stuff.
Wow.
A single crossbowman, or sorry, 2 crossbowmen is Dragavann's answer to these Dalemites. And I'm guessing it's not enough. He's trying to mine stone at this point. Oh my god. Just devastation. I don't even... What is Dragavann's villager count at 38 now to Valdemar's 80? Like, this is very clearly Valdemar sided. And game number 4, Ghosts of Valdemar. That is 2-2. We are in a best of 5 with 2-2. And Persia takes the victory against the Holy Roman Empire.